So I'm actually a student at Rock Valley through the NIU program. So actually I'm a student at the Northern Illinois University. I'm in my final year as a senior for mechanical engineering. As being an intern here for other states, I do a lot of things. I don't just do one thing. I'm doing CAD drawings, I'm doing soldering, millwork, laser table, all kinds of stuff, you name it. We do pretty much anything here. It's more just to build my skill trades here, and it's a great opportunity to be an intern engineer here. My name is Joey Vedito, and I'm an intern engineer at TAC Rockford. So starting at my early age with my dad being a fabricator in the shop in my backyard, he worked on Jeeps and cars and stuff, and I grew up with that, and I've been very intrigued by how that all comes together. So from that, I progressively kept working towards being an engineer. So by the time I was in middle school, I was doing job shadows. And when I did those job shadows, I was set on that goal of, I want to be this engineer, I want to be in that field. It's just so cool to me. And then throughout high school, I kept doing the PLTW program as I was going through high school. And then they announced the NIU RBC program here by the time I was in junior year of high school, and that was really where I set my goal right there, because it's close to home and it was affordable for any students that could go into it if they wanted to. It's a great program because it's local and you don't have to go very far, and it's cheaper that way too. The PLTW program is the Project Lead the Way program, and what it is an engineering program and, well, STEM field program in general. And what they do is that they let you go through this program in order to understand what the process would be like if you were in the real field of being in that industry. So freshman year would be all the calculations and just working on the very small first steps, and then sophomore year would be about the CAD drawings and stuff like that, and then the third year would be all the product testing. You would be learning about testing and lab stuff. And then the fourth year would be all about designing, and you'll be doing this huge project for your senior year, just like you do in college. You'll be this senior design project, and at the end of the year, you're able to present it in front of the people that are CEOs or companies and stuff like that. Being a student and a worker is a very busy, chaos schedule, but that's the reason why you gotta be so organized with your schedule and be able to be flexible with your schedule as well. So being an intern at somewhere, you usually have a set schedule in place, and it's better to find a company that's going to be flexible to your school schedule, rather than your school being flexible towards your work, because it's not as easy. So for my typical week, I'm usually here full days, Tuesdays and Thursdays, working all day. But I have my classes Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So typically I only work here in the afternoon on Monday and Wednesdays, and then Fridays I'll do maybe a little bit in the morning before I have classes all day on Friday. It's a very crazy schedule, especially if you're working with projects. I'm a senior, so we do a big senior project and we have meetings after meetings and have to go make our stuff, and my schedule can be all over the place, but that's the reason why you gotta be so organized and know where you're at. A very good skill set to have when you're going into the mechanical engineering field is obviously calculation, being really good with your math. That's a big, obvious step. The next step would just be working on your skill trades outside of school, like being able to find a program or a place that is willing to teach classes on machine work. That's the biggest issue right now for students that are going into the engineering program, is that a lot of them don't know how to run machines. They see it in the textbook, but they don't see it in person and know how to run it themselves. So it would be a very important skills trade to have before you start working into an internship. And if you can't find one, that's okay, because most internships will teach you how to work those machines as you go as well. So I would definitely look into finding internships beforehand, even though you can't actually apply yet until you actually finish your first year of college. But I would find a job related to the mechanical engineering or whatever field you're going into. Just find a job that's related to your field, so that way maybe you can build up a background with skills. Another thing I would definitely encourage is job shadowing. Job shadowing was what really set my mark of where I wanted to go. And when I saw that thing in person, I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to be that person that can run this machine. Where if you're not that kind of person, you find out in this job shadow that I don't think I really want to do this. I'm going to go somewhere else. So I would definitely go find jobs that are related to the career field, and I would definitely find job shadows if you can. Like, reach out people that you know.